Say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. First and foremost, we want to give our praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders who rule at Greatness Stone, and a blessed sanitation to the Akiums and the folk and the earth to pushing the gospel in sincerity. Truth, Shalom. This coming another lesson to feed the elect of the nation of Israel, the 144,000, the one-third men and children, confusion of faces who are Israelites, right? And the son, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian, you Israelites that celebrating Christmas are fools, right? So it said the Yule, right?
You.
Yule, Yule 2008 began, right? Friday, the 21st of December, and end on Tuesday, the 1st of January 2019. Yule, right? Right? They say Yule is a archaic term for Christmas, meaning old fashioned. This word go back to old fashioned. Archaic term for Christmas. So Yule is Christmas, right? Right? They say the origin, Old English, Giola, Yule, right? In Old English is Giola, which is Yule, which equal to Christmas Day. Old English Giola, Christmas Day, compared with Old Norse, originally applied to the heathen festival. Heathen festival. So this have nothing to do with you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian. You Israelite that celebrate Christmas as a bunch of fools. And Yahweh Hashem Yahushua gonna bring wrath. He's gonna bring his wrath upon you disobedient children. This have nothing to do with y'all. This is a bunch of heathen festival. Right? You understand? It said lasting 12 days later to Christmas. You understand? This have nothing to do with you Israelite. This is a heathen festival. Right? So let me just go and play this here, right? Let me go into this. Alright. It said Yule, the winter solstice. So this is what these heathen worshiping. This is what these heathen giving homage to. And the Most High give you straight commandment not to be dismayed at the signs of heaven, not to bow down to nothing in heaven and in the earth and under the sea. The Most High give you the straight commandment. A matter of fact, let me read this quick, right? The Most High give you that commandment, right? So y'all are a bunch of fool, right? This is Exodus chapter 20, right? Exodus chapter 20, verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them nor serve them. For I, the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the father upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. So y'all hate the heavenly Father by taking part in these demonic customs. Right? What is Yule? Yule, Salaki, what is Yule? First and foremost, Yule is the winter solstice, a 12-day festival to celebrate the divine ancestry and life itself. It said the winter solstice has been one of the most important day of the year for the millennium. He said near every culture has celebrated it in one way or another. Yule is a time of the year for family, friends, and celebration. he said the giving of, so like it kind of wide there. So the giving of one another and a time for of reflection. He said pagan has been celebrating the winter solstice for over 10,000 years, right? So right? When is Yule, right? It said in the northern hemisphere, the first night of Yule, called the Mother Night, is celebrated on December 21st, the winter solstice, right? He said for those of you in the southern hemisphere, the Mother Night should be celebrated on June the 21st. This is a whole heap of confusion. He said, why do pagans celebrate Yule? Right? It said a pagan, right? Yeah, he said the winter solstice. He said the winter solstice is one of the most important time of the year for any pagan. Right? He said the winter solstice represent many things to both ancient men and to us today. The new year, the time of celebrating and comfort before the coming of dark of winter, a time of being with family, um, forming bonds and making plan and promise for the coming years. Right? He said the changing of season from light to dark is a rebirth of the earth. Hey, so the Most High said worship none of these things that is in heaven are in the earth. The Most High said worship these things. I just read it in Exodus 20, right? He said Yule has been celebrated for the same reason by people all over the world for as long as we can remember. Right? A sature He said while Yule is celebrated by many variant types of pagans, today we will focus on how heathens, especially the Ash the Ashtor the Astatuer, yes, Salaki, the Astatuer participate in Yule, right? When you go into the word Astatuer, right? I pull it up somewhere. Where I pull it up? Right here, right? A stature is an Scandinavian term consisting two parts, ASA, gentle, and Arseers, right? These is gods, right? Right? As seers, or something like that, as seers, referring to the geometric gods and goddess of both the Airseers and the Vanir, and true meaning of faith, right? The asature literally means faith in the gods. And let's go back to the Roman pantheons, the house of gods. This where you Israelite into. This is wickedness. This is wickedness. You understand? You worshiping the god Osiris and Vanir, which is the dramatic gods and goddess. This is folly. The Most High give you straight commandment not to be taking part in these things. This is folly. You understand? This is level folly, and y'all gonna be judged for that. Right? Y'all gonna be judged for that. Belief. What belief are specifically heathens? In general, the heathens celebrate Yule for the same reason as many other pagans. He said listed early. However, the heathen celebrate Yule for a few extra reasons. It is the time to honor Thor. It is time to honor Thor. Thor is the god of thunder. This is the heathen god, the god of thunder. Right? He said to ask him for protection in the coming winter, to ask that he has the strength to battle the strengthening forest giant. Frost giant. This is confusion. This is when you Israelites into walk around the place but Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Hey, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua gonna bring wrath on you wicked Israelites. Y'all are a bunch of fools. He said each day of Yule, right? A structure, right? A sature, Salaki. He said each day of Yule in Ashashur, which go back to the god of Ashir and Vanir, right? Asatio, he said in the Asatio tradition is a small reminder of the month set day, representing a time of reflection on the meaning of said month and what your plans are for the coming year. Ritual, how the heathen and how honor divine at Yule, right? So this is the ritual. He said Yule is a very chaotic time of the year with a lot going on. The following are ritual. He said the following are ritual performed during the 12th day of Yule. A blot, a symbol, right? And I'll go into this word, is symbol here, right? Right? It's a symbol, a dramatic term for a feast banquet, right? It's in 1976 suggested that the term reflect a pagan ritual which had a great religious significance in the culture of the early Germanic people, right? So this have nothing to do with you Israelites. This have nothing to do with you Israelites. Nothing, right? It's a various bonfire, feasting, divination. The most I tell you about, stay away from this divination. The most I tell you about that, right? It's a reflection, meditation, decorating the Yule tree, which is a pagan idol. Let's go back to the Christmas tree because the word Yule go back to Christmas, right? And burning your lung, right? Hey, this is why the Most High gonna come down on you Israelites, right? The Most High gonna come down on you disobedient Israelites. The Most High gonna come down heavy on y'all because y'all out the order, right? Y'all out the order, y'all proud. Most High give y'all straight commandment to stay away from those things. And don't follow the way the heathen. But y'all doing y'all own things. You understand? Y'all doing y'all own thing. And when the Lord tell y'all have a problem. Right? That's Deuteronomy. Let me get this quick one. That's Deuteronomy chapter 18. Alright? That's why Babylon got to be destroyed. Deuteronomy chapter 18 verse 10. He said, there shall not be found among you any one that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire of that, he said, or that use divination or observe of time or enchantment or a witch. And y'all got y'all children passing through these divination, these fire, the fire of these demonic rituals. You understand? Right? So the Most High give you straight commandment. Read this again. This is Deuteronomy 18 and 10. They shall not be found among you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indian, right? Salakio, right? He said, anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that use divination, or an observer of time, or an enchanter, or a witch, right? So hey, you Israelites celebrate Christmas are fools. Yeah, next one here. This is Jeremiah, right? This is Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speak unto you, house of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian. Thus said the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, learn not the ways of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed of them. The heathen are dismayed of them. That's why they worship the winter, they worship the different armies in heaven, the star, the sun, the moon, these different planets. You understand? They worship these different seasons, which is winter, summer, and all these things. These people are heathen. You're not supposed to follow these people. The Most High give you straight commandment, right? He said for the custom of the people are vain. The custom are vain, right? He said Christmas versus Yule. For 1,000 of years, Christians and pagans have been battling over who has the right to this winter holiday. It's a winter holiday. He said keep Christ in the Christmas. He said keep Christ in the Christmas. Keep Jesus out of Yule. If you are at all active in the pagan community, you have surely heard these phrases or something similar recently. It is time to clear a few things up. He said, yes, Yule was celebrated during the winter for thousands of years before Christmas came along with many of the same ideas. Yuletide, anyone? Christmas tree, give, giving, time of family and charity, Santa Claus, even, etc. Christmas did not steal Yule during the Dark Age. The celebration of Jesus' birth was changed to the Yule season to make or acceleration, that's how pronouncing the word correct, right? And celebration for the newly convert Christian easier. He said there are still many difference to each respective holiday. So all these going back to what the pagan custom, right? And like I said again, it have nothing to do with you Israelites. It have nothing to do with you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian. This have nothing to do with y'all. This is all about the heathens. Right? This is about the heathens. It have nothing to do with Yahweh Shai for it. Jesus is the so-called white man. Jesus is not Yahweh Shai. Right? His name is Yahweh Shai. Jesus go back to the so-called white man. Let's go back to Serapis Christus. Right? That have nothing to do with you Israelites. Right? So like this word is acclamation. Yeah. Alright, acclamation. Let me read back from this part. He said Christian did not steal. Right? Christian did not steal Yule during the Dark Age. The celebration of Jesus' birth was changed to the Yule season to make acclamation and celebration for the newly convert Christian. You understand? So hey, it's a holy of folly, right? That's a holy of folly. Alright, let me read this here. This is Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 22. He said, for my people is foolish, they have not known me. They are Scottish children, and they have none understanding. He said, they are wise to do evil. Say, yeah, you are wise to celebrate Christmas. You are wise to worship the Christmas tree because it's an idol, right? That is hidden worship. And the Bible condemned that. Right? The Bible condemned that. Right? He said they are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. Y'all have no knowledge. You Israelites celebrate Christmas, y'all are a bunch of fools. Y'all have no knowledge. Right? Let me go back to Jeremiah 10. Right? Y'all are a bunch of fools. This is Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 3. For the custom of the heathens are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with an axe, and the tree is the Christmas tree with a worship. There's a pagan idol. Let's go back to Nimrod and Tammuz. They are bowing down to that tree. Right? He said they deck it with silver and gold. They fasten it with nail and with hammer that it move not. He said they are upright as a palm tree. Right? But speak not. They must be neat. He said they must need to be born because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also it is in them to do good. So hey, you Israel not supposed to got no Christmas tree in your house and decorate it and bow down to it by putting gift at the bottom of it. This that's got nothing to do with you Israelites. You understand? They have nothing to do with you Israelites. Right? All is pagan, right? And y'all transgressing the laws of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And the Most High warning y'all for a very long time. For a very long time, the Most High warning y'all. Hey, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai soon turn the heat up on you disobedient Israelites. He soon turn the heat up on you disobedient Israelite. Because the Most High been warning y'all for a long time. Right? He been warning y'all. But no, y'all proud. Y'all proud. Right? Let me get this one and close after this one. Y'all proud because this is what gonna happen to you Israelites. Right? Matter of fact, let me get two more. Let me get this one in Peter. Right? Let me get this one in Peter. And then right? Most High give you a straight commandment. Right? Straight commandment the Most High give you. Let me see if I find this one. I think this is Ephesians. I think this is Ephesians 5. 10. Alright, let me read this one. This is 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 14. Having eyes full of adultery, and that cannot cease from sin, beguiling unsaved soul, and heart they have exercised with covetous practice, coarse children. Yeah, you are coarse children. Following your pastor, telling you is supposed to be Jesus' birthday, which you are being beguiled. You are being beguiled. You are being deceived. Because Jesus is so-called white man. Our Lord and Savior name is Yahweh Shai. And he's from the tribe of Judah. He's a dark-skinned man. Right? Verse 15. Which have forsake the right way. You have forsake the right way. Keeping the Sabbaths, keeping the feast of the Passover, the feast of unleavened bread, the feast of tabernacle, the feast of dedication, the feast of Purim, new moon feast. You have forsake the right way to worship the heathen way. Right? He said, which have forsake the right way and are gone astray. You are gone astray. Following the way of Balaam. Right? Balaam, the son of Buzur, who loved the wages of unrighteousness. So you are following the so-called white man who loved the ways of unrighteousness. That's why you are going to be destroyed. You are going to be destroyed because you Israelites that celebrate Christmas, you all are fools. You all are fools. Right? So let me pull this up and run this. Right? As a matter of fact, let me keep this here. Let me read this and I'm going to close after this here. This Ephesians chapter 5, verse let me start from let me get straight to the point. This is Ephesians chapter 5, verse 6. Let no man deceive you with vain words, for because of these things cometh the wrath of Yahweh upon the children of disobedient. You understand? The wrath gonna come on you Israelite who taking part in these customs in this world and who don't want to turn back to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. The wrath gonna come on y'all. Wherever the Most High please to destroy Yahweh, that's exactly what we can destroy Yahweh. Because you be warning you for a long period of time and you niggas and bitches still celebrating Christmas. So Yahweh was being warned for a very long time. Right? So read this again, because this is about to happen to you dumb niggas. Right? Ephesians chapter 5, verse 6. Let no man deceive you with vain words, because of these things cometh the wrath of Yahweh upon the children of disobedience. Right? And this is what about to happen. Right? You understand? So, hey, I can close off with this video here. You know? So, hey, with that, what is edifying, I want to give our praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders who rule at Great Millstone, and a blessed salutation to the Akyums in the four kind of the earth, pushing the gospel and sincerity and truth. Shalom. Mawat Lababal.
Okay, this is David, who says, we have friends who do not celebrate Christmas because they say December 25th is really a pagan holiday. While I agree that Jesus may not have been born on December 25th, he certainly was born as described in the Bible. How do I respond to them?
Well, in a sense, tell them they're right. You see, the winter solstice a couple of days later was the shortest day of the year, and the pagans had something called Saturnalia. And it was a time of lawlessness because all the laws were suspended. And people, a bunch of singers were actually wandered the streets naked singing. And then they had orgies, sexual orgies. It was a mass thing. Well, when the Catholic Church came along in Italy, the Romans and others didn't want to give up their holidays. So they said, okay, we'll Christianize it. And so they said, okay, we'll say the birth of Jesus was the 25th of December. And then there was a monk who began to add it up. You see, If you read in Luke, it says there's a census taken when Quirinius was governor and so forth and so on. And they could take those leaders and figure the exact time dating from the foundation of Rome. And that's when the dates were established. And so they get pretty close to the date. But to say it's the 25th, shepherds were out abiding in the field. It gets a little cold at night. I mean, were they out there in the middle of winter? I don't know. I've been out there on the shepherd's field on Christmas Eve. It's very nice.